All right, here we go. Let's see if I can get some music going. As it dumps right as I want to go live. It's okay. Let's check and see how our stream is doing. All right. Looking good. Cool. All right, we're live on Abstract, YouTube, and Twitch, baby. Watching the FOXY chart. I got a small trade in. Here, let's go ahead and post this. Boom. All right. Just thought it'd be fun to kind of hang out, listen to some music, and watch this live breakout. Pretty fun stuff, I think. And I'm practicing streaming. Just started a Twitch because I think it's cool. I do like the way their platform, the interface is really neat to work with. So last time I got yelled at because I didn't have the chat. I couldn't see it and I was missing out on some people talking to me, so I made sure and got the chat working. I got the 2 widgets popped out and can watch well, 3 actually, but so we'll see how I do, right? You know. So I thought it'd be fun to highlight FOXY breakout. It's just been on fire. I mean, the whole market's been up, but you know, you got to support FOXY and all the great things that are happening with this community. So really cool. So let's just make sure, yeah, like that went through, the tweet went through. So I'm in a live trade right now. It's nothing big because I'm no baller, but I was up 30 bucks a second ago, so now I'm up 20 some here. Even if it falls back down into here, I actually wouldn't mind scooping up a little bit more because I do feel like FOXY is gonna launch. So let me see. I guess I got to show my pointer, or else you might not see me. Yeah. Let's go ahead and do that real quick. Capture cursor. There it is. Okay. So now you should see this pointer. But really fun to watch. Like I said, we could just hang out, chill for a little bit, practice streaming. See if I go into the negative here, and if I do, like I said, maybe I'll swoop up some more here. So pretty fun stuff, if you ask me. See if we can make that smaller somehow so we can watch both, huh? So what do you guys think it's gonna do here? Hard to say, right? Whole market's looking bullish. So gotta make sure we watch our chats because you never know who's gonna pop in and say what's up. Invite everybody to come say hi. chill and watch the chart. Like I said, if it drops back down in here, no big deal. We'll swoop up a little more. I only have 300,000, and it's not very much, as you could see, but just that little bit of leverage, I was able to pull almost 35 bucks a second ago. So I didn't close it because I'm not really worried yet. If it wants to come down here and recheck, I'm just going to swoop up, like I said, more. Maybe I'll get to a half a mil and just let it ride, you know, see what happens. So I don't recommend futures to anybody. I just felt like playing around tonight, having some fun. It's a high risk game, playing with futures and trading, so you got to have a decent knowledge of what you're doing, or else you likely will be wrecked. And even if you do know what you're doing, you probably still have a high chance of making a mistake. So it's not for the weak-hearted, and you have to be able to risk what you can afford to lose, you know. So, but for the sake of the stream and just celebrating the FOXY breakout, it's just been looking so strong, everybody. It's if you look at this right here, 4-hour chart, I mean, it's just wow, right? So what do? You know, you just celebrate it, enjoy it while you can, you know. So make the best of it. We'll see if we can come in here and go negative. I could cash out the 20 bucks right now, but honestly it ain't much. So, and it's like I said, it's not a big trade, so it's safer that way to just do a little trade. I generally like to buy and hold the coin itself. So but like I said, this is for fun, practice some streaming, have some new channels going, new Twitch channel, new YouTube channel, newer, and just been celebrating good times, playing some games, and highlighting some cool, fun projects that I've been coming across. And it just really makes for a fun time. There we go. See that 4-hour breakout? I've been watching this for a long time. I'm like not a professional by any means. I have learned as much as I can, you know, and continue to learn. I was calling this a cup and handle like a few days ago. I was telling everybody that this is usually likely a breakout, and then boom, it's just awesome to see, right? So never give up, always stay strong, and just pick somebody, you know, a community, a decent one that's got a lot of volume and just growth, you know. What I like about FOXY is that they were continuing to grow, and I should say we, you know, even had some really bad times lately before this, you know, that were just dark and gloomy. Everybody was just upset. Mostly it seemed around the whole crypto universe, and now everybody's all happy, right? Because the market's changing, so we'll take it, go with it best we can, you know, ride the wave, I guess, the up and down roller coaster. That's all you can do. Cool. Looks like the streams are doing good. I finally learned how to multi-stream, so like I said, Abstract, which is probably my favorite platform to stream on, and then YouTube and Twitch, and I'm really liking Twitch. It's really fun to, like I said, the platform, the way it operates. So YouTube seems really basic compared to those two, you know. So it's interesting that how big it is, and it hasn't really, the interface doesn't even compare to the other two, in my opinion. So pretty interesting, right? I'm gonna move this one so I can see better. Oh, here we go, guys. Look, yeah, It's wanting to just stay hot. I can feel it. Gonna watch it live, like I said, celebrate. If you got a beer, drink it. I'm gonna have a sip of my own right now. Try not to do it on camera because I don't know if people are gonna get sad, so I do not condone anything. Pretty much a celebration stream. We'll see if anybody comes in and says hi. We'll watch our live trade because it's pretty fun. I'd like to bring this up somehow so we could see, like, kind of won't let me do it though. See, I'm back up to 30. Make a quick little buck. It's one thing I've learned is when you see something like really doing good and gaining traction, you gotta just get in and ride it, you know. And and then you gotta be ready for it to change. So you gotta know when to stop. So if anybody didn't know, this is called WEX or Weeks, however you want to say it. You know, it's a typical trading platform. It has futures and stuff, so it is one of the platforms that I like that offers FOXY futures. And then, you know, quite often I choose not to trade futures. It's not worth the risk and the stress for me. I have a lot of other things going on. So what I would prefer is you know, low stress, and I don't like trading with margin and leverage because I've been wrecked way too many times, and I've tried many different strategies. So I don't have the pockets. You got to really have deep pockets to have that cushion from when things go wrong and you make a bad trade, you know. So if you don't have that cushion, you just get wiped out, and it just doesn't feel so fun, you know, and it just kind of takes the wind out of you. So, like I said, not for the weak. Looking up here, let's check this out. Excuse me. Dex Screener is a great platform if you guys haven't checked it out. Hopefully you guys can hear the music all right. Nobody's in here, so I can turn it up a little bit. Sit here and just celebrate, have a great time. One day I picture being in here doing this with thousands and thousands of people. It just takes time, you know? It just takes time. There it is, baby. Ah, FOXY going over 31 on Dex Screener. So what you can do to make sure you're not getting screwed is you cross-check, you know, cross-check Dex Screener with OKX, which is a centralized platform, right? And then you can cross-check it with the futures, which you got to know futures are never quite the same. It's like it's done on purpose. It's always a little bit off, right? So you see how it's low? Oh, it's close to that one though, so. Check on everybody. Maybe I'll throw this in the FOXY chat and see if anybody wants to join me. Let's go throw it in the FOXY chat. I got like 40 windows open on my computer, so I'm just texting the FOXY chat on my phone. It's too much. Make sure I share the right link. See if we can get some people to come. I didn't preview this song playlist, so it said it was royalty free. That's why I picked it. There's electronic and all kinds of other stuff, so. There it goes. It's building anticipation for the FOXY pump. Let's go. All right, we're catching up in our trade, up 44 bucks. Let's go, 444. That's my lucky number, baby. For some, it's not. I don't know. For me, it is. I don't know about this music though. It's building. Pretty fun stuff. Watching money be made. Pretty sweet stuff, right? There it goes. Oh, it's just, oh, let's see. Oh, you see how it was all red and I just went all green. It's coming in green. Nice buys coming in. Oh, there it goes. Oh, I'm so glad. Man, how exciting. What happened to our music? It got all intense and then it didn't even do anything. Oh, there it goes. Oh, it's jumping now, baby. Let's go. Oh yeah, it's intense. Let's go. BTC at 102. It was at 103 a second ago. This is crazy. What a big jump. We could check out some other charts too, but we're gonna watch this one for a bit. So yeah, what kind of made me interested is I saw FOXY come in and do this boom, boom, came down, right, and then it came up, boom, 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 and then broke. So to me, this is a huge sign. You know, it can definitely fall back down. It can come all the way back down to here at times. A lot of times these moves want to completely reset at some point, and they do come back and check these initial start-offs. But I can tell you right now, you see something like push through like that, push through, and then look at this volume coming in right here. So I just thought I'd throw a small trade in. Like I said, I'm no big shot, and if I get wrecked and I lose a little bit of money, oh well, but it's worth the fun. And I wanted to highlight this too. Oh, well, not the ad part, but fear and greed sitting at 73. So this thing is just boom. It's about to be down here, in my opinion. We're about to peg out. As I lose the screen completely. Sorry, guys. There we go. Let's go. Well, if anybody was in here, we could take some requests as to what to look at, but we're just gonna chill. Waiting for the breakout. Just kicking it until then. Double top drop. Quite often when things kind of do this, boom, boom, they kind of fall back down here. You got to remember, this is only a 5-minute chart. So on the 1 hour, it looks fine. You know, you kind of see the twin right here, the two twins, and then this is like an indecision candle. Like I said, it's only on the 1 hour, so it's a pretty weak time frame. You know, you start seeing that like on the bigger stuff. Like you see how this indecision candle right here just kind of choked, and then this one kind of like went up. So, and then this one, cup and handle, right? You can see the cup, the handle, and the breakout. So I'm thinking this daily breakout, my thought is that it goes somewhere into like right here. You know what I mean? It seems pretty plausible in the near future. I mean, that's not a small move, but it's not that big of a move. FOXY can do that quickly. Makes you think it's going to want to come over here and test this right here, right? So it very well could, you know? It really could. And then that's just getting started. Wait till we come up here and kind of heat check this stuff right here. So those would be like some of the levels, I would guess. I mean, that's quick. You know, you could have this like maybe like in here more. That kind of looks better, doesn't it? And you could do all kinds of fun stuff. I mean, you could just see, you could see the volume, like you could see all this like panic, and then like you could see this volume just kind of picking up right here. Don't underestimate it, you know what I mean? Wait until this trade blows up. Even if this trade trickles back down into here, it's like load up central. Like if they come back down into here, like the market makers, you gotta know people are just gonna man. All the people that missed out and like, oh, they're all sad, they're gonna scoop big time right here. So when that happens, and if this comes back down, I'm gonna load up. And it may not be on this platform as in a perpetual futures, but I can tell you I will load up one way or the other. So buy and hold the coin. That's what you should do. So like I said, this is for fun. You know, you can trade spot right here and just buy and hold it. So easy enough to do. I don't know if that just started over or what. Maybe not. Doesn't really show where I'm at. There you go. Market's on fire. There's, the news of the tariffs being worked out with some countries, and then the hinting at, the big one that they're trying to do something with. So that'll be nice, That could cause like if they go, oh, China's made a deal with the U.S., that could send FOXY like back up to here, back at 1 cent. And that'll just be a warm-up. And when you look at this chart, this isn't the whole FOXY chart. This is just since Weeks decided to support them and start trading it. You see what I'm saying? Because when you go back into the FOXY chart, watch, let's do this. Look at that breakout. I want to show you guys this too, but as we go back. Do you see these marks here? I put these things here the day that you see them. Look. April 25th. Like I made this mark, and I thought from here it was going to break out to at least this level. And look, it went higher, came down, boom, bounce, 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 wham. Look, I called this one too. And that's maybe what we're seeing. So this mark here is the flagpole, right? So same thing, faked a bunch of people out, came down, and look, boom, almost to the height of the flagpole. So what does that put us at? That puts us up here at this resistance, and honestly, it really sets us up to get to that mark right here. But you can see the greater FOXY chart. Let's look at it this way. When people see this, they go, "Oh my God, look how down FOXY is!" Blah 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 blah. It's like, no, that's the entire economy. This isn't just FOXY, you know what I mean? This is like a symbol of like the entire economy. And so the fact is that people down here, Diamond Hand and FOXY down here, those are the ones that went, for something. Even down here, from here to here, that's good money. People, that was like 100% gains. Let's go. Yeah, I mean, it's hard to even measure. I like this one right here. Let's do this. Let's say like you bought right here. Oh, I did the wrong one, my bad. Where's it at? Let's say you went from here to here. It's 194% in. So, if you had enough guts to stick with us, I was in here, I was in the chat going off telling everybody about this project. If you had the balls, the cojones, to get in when we were, look at this. This is insane. This is only the beginning. This is just starting. Like, it was just because of the news of the market changing just a little bit triggered this. A couple days worth, you know what I mean? Wait till you see this one. Let's... Oh, I can't erase it. Where'd it go? Alright. What happens if we go from this line to this line? Watch. Let's just say we come back down here. Let's say we start it here and we go up to here. That's another 140%. Let's say we start back down here again and we go back up to here. That's 469%. You name one other project that's gonna do close to a 500% gain. Either wrong or right? Not financial advice, they say. I'm just a guy on the internet excited about a fox with a bunch of tails. Because he's awesome. And so is the community. How do we get rid of this? Alright. Let's go back to our trade and see how we're doing. Oh yeah, recovering, baby. There we go. Quick little scalp trades, you know. I don't like to do it. That's for the sake of the video. I wanted to celebrate the community. One day they will be in here celebrating with me. It's gonna happen. Let's check out abstract. Yep, looking good. Just breakout, go for it. Who let the fox out? I don't know, Linnea? You guys didn't see it the other day. Linnea on Twitter was like, yeah, Foxy's awesome. They basically said that we were like, I don't know, they just said we were awesome. Like I said, I like all the other projects too, so. Let's watch this chart for a little bit. There it goes. Let me take a quick break here. I made a keyboard shortcut on my OBS streaming. I could just one click shut the camera off or mute the mic. And it's nice, I tell you what. Because otherwise you stumble trying to fumble around for everything. Just can't forget to like turn it back on. So watching charts can drive you insane. But watching somebody else watching charts, that's good for you. Alright, we just need to, you can see it's fighting this. We just got to get out of this hump. We're going to go back into some, like I said, some price discovery. We got some motivating music. Can't complain about free music, right? Sweet. Thanks to everybody joining, watching. I really appreciate it. Say hi. Even a few viewers helps, you know, if you guys jump in and just want to chill. Easy enough. Celebrate some FOXY trading and just, we'll see what happens. My little dog's hanging out with me. She was really sick the other day, so I'm glad she's doing better. She's an old little dog, and her whole eye swelled shut the other day, and because she has a little tooth infection, so kind of scared me a little bit. I had to drop some money on her and get her some meds, and she's doing a little bit better, so that's good. It's good to see. Gotta love the little doggy dog. Best I can, you know. Homeboy's asking me if I've ever stepped on a bug on purpose before. If yes, would you ever do it again? I don't even know how to respond to that. Oh, what an interesting question. You gotta love it. I don't know. I'm gonna think about that. I'm not gonna just answer that quickly. Random answers. 1, 2, 3, 4. So funny. That's on Twitch. He's asking me. That's pretty funny. I don't like to kill bugs. Like, I mean, just because they're a bug, I mean, it doesn't mean they should just automatically die. Like, what kind of jacked up life is that, right? So, you know, and even spiders. I know people hate spiders, and I've killed spiders and stepped on them, but I still try not to. If they're not messing with me and they're just like out there, I won't like go intentionally try to hurt them, you know. So this market wants to squash. Bleh. Wants to squash my little gains here, see? Like I said, we don't care. Let's see. So I pretty much answered it, but I could type it back to him. I can't lie, because I think everybody has stepped on a bug. Even on accident, like you've probably stepped on a bug. So funny. Bugs live. We'll ask him what we gotta say. How about you, right? We gotta know what about him or her. What a random question. Maybe we'll see where he's going with that. He might be having a point to make. We'll see if my first FOXY stream with Twitch, if I get some hate or not. Not gonna hate me when you see this thing blast off. There we got the twin, right? The M. So this is just common trading. This M shape is very common to just bring it back down, right where we started. You know? And what happens is if it doesn't complete, like somebody comes in and does another buy like this, like a good volume punch, it'll break out of that pattern and it'll go back up. So he says, since you sound like you wouldn't do it anymore, that finishes the questions. Yeah. Sorry, man. I didn't. Maybe you thought I was gonna be like, yeah, squash those bugs. No, man. I tried. I'm kind of like a peaceful person. I try not to do any damage. You know, like I said, protect myself. I live in an area where it's pretty cold a lot of the time, so bugs are pretty dead. And if they're not dead, they're usually like in the summer, and it's mosquitoes and flies. So the flies do get annoying. So I hear a dog just barking outside constantly. That's the worst. I'm gonna have to soundproof my it was a mining shed, and actually I'm kind of converting it into a streaming studio, so kind of fun. I like the half an hour, it's looking better. The 1 hour, that kind of almost looks, yeah, not quite there, but 30-minute. A lot of times these are flags right here. Like, it's debatable whether it's like the whole thing or it's just this piece. You know what I mean? A lot of times that'll sit there and kind of break out. So let's look for it. These are just little flags. Let's see if we can find a bigger one. And this whole thing is monstrous. This is definitely a cup and handle that broke out. So it probably comes up here. I know people think, oh, it's $1 like instantly, but yeah, it will be. This is like time, you know what I mean? In time, it's gonna go way back up. But for right now, I mean, you're doing good to get it to about here, about half a cent. And I really think that this target happens soon. I think we're running out of time for this guy right here, honestly. Because even if you take this and you put it up here, it kind of does that, and it puts you to there. And if you hit this right in here, I mean, you're just consolidating in. Like I said, even if you really have bad news, and you come back down to here, now you know that this whole like little area is pretty good support. So I mean, if they come down here, boom, and then it just goes wham, you know what I mean? So don't ever think you're gonna know what's gonna happen. Always plan for the worst. Plan for the worst, hope for the best. Don't overtrade. You know, I'm doing this live, so I don't have stop losses and stuff set yet. But I'll likely get out of this trade. I'm not going to hold this forever, you know. It's just a small trade. So ideally, it would have been fun to get in like down in here on this particular one, because you could have made this gain and then probably panicked some people right here, got them to sell, right? And then smart money bought it again, or market makers bought up and boom, pushed it. So it makes you wonder what will happen. Good music. All right. Got my quite see the chat. Oh, there it goes. All right, so getting that indecision on the 1 hour, at least in the futures market. Honestly, they just, you can't sit here and watch them, you know, candles all night. It's just, it'll drive you insane. But yeah, I don't know. Like this whole sell right here did absolutely nothing. Whoever did this just put themselves in a bind to like have to scoop up more right here. Or they just wanted to get out and called it a week. Maybe they see something. Maybe they see this going boom, you know? Maybe so. Take off the crosshair so it's not so nauseating. Get some people that maybe know some TA in here. So I've tried to learn. I've learned what not to do in quite a few ways. So that's what we can kind of do is. Should we check out Bitcoin for a second? Let's go into Bitcoin, yeah. Here we go again, right? Look at this move. Look at that Bitcoin move right there, guys. And I drew this triangle because I was watching it, right? And the way you get this right here is you go down here like this. You see that? That's how you get that. And this was like a mini one on a different time frame. Basically it's just a flag, you know what I mean? It's just a flag. And I think when they do crap like this, you see how it was in the triangle and then it fell out, and then right here I think they really freaked some people out. Brought it back up, like, oh, faked it out again, and then brought it back down. And then after that it's just like bounce, 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 launch. Do you see that? So once something just kind of sits up above a certain level, like, it's gone. And that's just the market probably in indecision, waiting for the, you know, tariff news and waiting for all the politics and bullcrap that happen around the world. That's just all hesitation. And as soon as it, like, the green light goes on, it goes on quick. It launches. You know, look at that. Look at the Ethereum move. So I was saying forever and ever at 1800, I'm like, man, it just looks like Ethereum wants to blast a 2. I was saying 2000 because I was thinking in here, and then it just, look at that move. All right. So what I like about this chart is that when you go back to FOXY, so let's look at it. That's 4 hour, and then look at the FOXY 4 hour. You know, and so in reality, I feel like it's going to try to do the same thing Ethereum just did and just try to get back up here. Because that's really what Ethereum did if you look at it. I mean, it doesn't look quite the same, obviously, but look, here's like that FOXY low that we saw where they got the little diamonds in the hands, right? The Fox. And then here's that like little indecision, like this is that Bitcoin wedge, right? That not a wedge, it's a flag or pendant. And then boom, that's the breakout again. So that's the market cycle. They're not far off from each other. I know people act like, oh, they're so different. Watch the dominance. It's like, yeah, now look. So Bitcoin sits here and makes a mega massive move, and then look, dominance is falling. So in theory, look, ETH dominance should be up, which it is. So what do you think happens when Bitcoin starts to level out and just kind of, maybe it comes down here again, like right through here, like this top, right along here. Maybe it kind of comes down here and just like washes along for a second. That's going to make this continue to climb. You see that? And then alts with it. So every time this kind of hesitates and then Bitcoin stays chilling, alts will start to fly. It's the green light. You can see the twin towers right here. It's hard to see. Got some dubstep all of a sudden. It's pretty sweet. Yeah, so I'd like to see what FOXY Dominance does, right? There's another cool project, Croak. Gone. It's about to be gone. Going up, up. I don't have the paid version of TradingView right now. There we go. Bug squash. Just like the guy said. Makes you wonder if they got any bugs in here. Maybe. A little bit nauseating. I don't know. There's a spider. Poor little spider. Do we put the spider right here for our homeboy? See if he gets squashed by the red candle. That would be really sad. If the spider gets squashed by the red candle. Not funny. That's why you don't step on bugs. The music got all quiet and like dramatic too, kind of. What is he gonna do to that spider? Think about being a spider, man. You just have like a crappy life. Like everything just wants to kill you all the time. Like you wake up and things are just after you, no matter what. Ugh. I got a hard life. If I was a spider, I'd bite people too, you know? You only got one shot before they step on you. Let's see, he's gonna come down and go bleh. Splat him. Just like our buddy said. And when it comes down here, I'm gonna buy more FOXY and load up. Pump this trade. Looks like it wants to. Look, it's gonna come down here and bleh. It's gonna eat up this guy right here, and this guy, but he's not gonna panic because he knows something is going green here. And even not, maybe this is the end of the move for the night. A lot of times people go to sleep, you know, it's late. We need China to wake up and be like, we made a deal, and then this thing is just gonna go, ah. Maybe they already did, I don't know. This is people like insiders, you know. But even if it comes down here, boom, we'll just swoop up more. I don't ever like to go into a trade to start with like, you know, a bunch. I always go with just a small amount and get kind of a feel. We're gonna have to skip this song because it's almost too quiet. It's gonna put me to sleep. There we go. Don't squash me, bro. Oh, 5 minutes gonna squash me. You gotta remember, these are only 5-minute candles. This is like for really intense trading. There's people that trade on like the 30-second. So you gotta remember, like, that is nothing. Right? Really squashing is getting down here. That's when we really feel the squashy squash. And I just think that it hasn't had its move yet. It just kind of came up here and kind of like it's trying to. Is this like the beginning of this? Or not, you know, or do we have to kind of go sideways longer? Look at that. Boom, 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 boom. It's just, yeah, I mean, that's pretty healthy looking. Got rid of our spiders. Like I said, man, it's, where's our thing? Even if it does, like, and then, like, do you know what I mean? It does another cup and handle. It could easily do something like that. I don't know how I did it. Oh. And I made little dots everywhere. We can't click on them either. Alright. Did you see what I'm saying? They could easily do that. That's why trading is a risk, you know, and you have to be able to stomach the fact and the idea that it might come back down here and squash you. Look right here. This almost looks like it wants to go red, but you know, that's when people buy. We're not scared. Maybe you guys will see me buy some more before it's all over with. Oh my God, everybody panic. Oh no, what do we do? We don't panic. Let's go see if the little flag is going to work out. That still could be part of the flag. Yeah, I don't know. I like this one the best. See, when you're down, you just pick the chart that makes you feel the best. I think we're gonna bounce, like right in here. This looks like an indecision zone, or maybe like right here, yeah. See, we watch it go from 40 down to 13, and it may go into the negative. And that's how you can heat check a trade, like doing that. I think most people panic and they start to FOMO. You know, they put like, let's say you had $1,000, they put like 800, 900 into a trade, right? And go, oh, I got $100. Like, no, you got to put like $100 into a trade and have like $900 backing it. You need to have like 10 times the amount of margin that you're using, in my opinion. Otherwise, like, you're probably going to get wrecked at some point in time. Like, I've been up in trades like big and then waited too long and just didn't get out because I thought, oh, you know what, it's going to go another little bit. And it goes all the way back down and then into the negative. It does this like big like S wave. And if you can't handle that wave, you're out. most people are going to FOMO and they go, oh my God. And then they get wrecked because as soon as they FOMO, it does this. It does a double top and they instantly lose, like, you know, a little bit of money. And they're like, oh, so they go, oh, I messed up. And then they'll sell. And then that's what the market makers want. They want to see that, like, bleed out. And then they go, whoa. And then they punish you again. They're working against you. Like, this is awesome. What happens is when people panic right here, they go, oh, this is their, like, pain point. So I don't know why it always reloads like that. And I've done it too, where I'll be like, oh, it's getting close, I'll just take like a little bit, take like, you know, a small amount, and then it goes back up. Or like I said, you have to accept the idea that it could come back down here and heat check this. I can tell you right now in this trade, if it comes down here, I can ladder in, you know what I mean? I will ladder in all the way. I'll ladder in buys like here, 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 even down. I mean, hopefully you don't want to see it make lower lows, so this is a good trend too. Does it have the 8-hour in here? Let's try this one. That's an 8-hour chart, and what's cool about this one, oh, why is it jacking it up? Oh, it's because I started it in the wrong thing. It's easy. I should have just done it on TradingView, but it's just still making higher lows, even as it comes down. And so until it starts coming down and then breaking underneath like this, you know, trend line, not worried at all. Oh, and as it disappeared, that was cool. Getting some lag. Oh my God, panic, everybody panic. Oh my God. What do we do? Refresh the trade. All right, well, I guess for right now we're going to end it right there because I just lost my connection. Oh, did it come back? Sweet. I was like, what the hell? Come on, let's show these guys. I want to buy some. So, I could have taken 40 bucks, right? Like, ooh, cool. And then this will come down here, and the way I've seen it, like it's already trying. Even if it comes back down in here, like I said, that's how you know where you're at in a trade, and that's why you don't open up like your whole amount. You want to go just a little bit, get a feel for it. Like, cause right here, people are crapping themselves right here when this happens. Blah. Which, like I said, zoom out. They're too zoomed in. They're trying to scalp trade. This is how you know where you're at in a trade. Like if this holds right here at kind of where you got in, that'll make you feel like, oh, you know, I got a really good entrance. Like if it comes down in here and then it just bleeds down, like nobody likes that, right? But you got to stomach, like I said, that's why you only use a little bit of leverage to kind of heat check it. And at least you're in, you got skin in the game, right? But not too much to where it's too high risk. And that's all about what, you know, how deep your pockets are. So that's just what I've learned. I think what we'll do is we'll hold this trade, and we got video evidence. So what we'll do is today, or I mean tomorrow, or the next day, the end of the weekend, we'll see what happens to this trade, and you can use it as a feeler gauge for what FOXY is capable of. So quite often, you know, you don't leave a trade open overnight if you're not gonna watch it without like some proper settings of stop losses. And I'm trying to pet my dog here, little pup. Say, I am not too little no more, huh? So, like I said, don't let it get to you. Don't panic. Makes a great bounce. People, you know, people come in the chat immediately. Oh my God, FOXY's selling. It's like, oh my God, like you guys are, you gotta zoom out. And these candles, like right there, that's actually a pretty good sign. They're trying to push it down. They're trying to push this thing back down to here, but it's, I don't know. Even if they get it, it's not gonna last. You see, they did it here too. They tried pushing it down, and it just went boom right back up. And they, let's see, here's a little push down right there, and then boom. This right here, this is just like a fake out. I don't know what this is. Also, it could be like a W right here, and that's the launch out. So on the daily time frames, you know, like I said, let's see, where's our little, I wonder, used to be a pencil thing, but like I said, even if it comes down here and scrambles along, or comes down here and breaks out and comes back up, you know, not backwards like that, but you see it. Quite often when you see these candles like this too, or there's like these heavy sell candles, right? Look for a heat check, I call it. It's usually like right here, we'll go back to the thing. Usually heat checks, it's gonna go like right to here. It's gonna heat check the middle of this candle. And these are daily candles, so keep that in mind. So every time you see that, especially when they've never been checked, right? So when you see this, you see how like we're actually heat checking this one right here, right now. It's that big sell off. It's like the market goes back up in here and like punishes these people for paper handing. Same thing, it's gonna go back up here now, and it's gonna punish like right here. You see how it's like boom, these little wicks, and it was like up here, and it was like, oh, free fall, like kind of testing these wicks, because these are so indecisive right here. It's like, oh yeah, you're not strong, we can send you lower, and they did, right? But it goes the other way too. So look for a heat check right here. Look in the fours. We'll say 444, right? Lucky number. And then look for a heat check like right. That's a good one right there. And really, this bar should probably be like there. I put it in the middle or on the low side, because this is another spot. And even this one, those are all massive gains. So like I said, even if we heat check just this one, let's just say we go to right here, that's a 53% gain. Okay, what do you guys think this trade right here does at 53%? I can tell you it's quite a bit. It's more than you think. And look, there's the bounce. And look what it did. It bounced on my entrance right here at the 300,000. It's not even a lot of FOXY. But like, that's why I do it. Is because look. And then look, all the people that panicked, they would have sold at a loss. I mean, this is maybe for new people. I know a lot of you guys are really smart with this, but they would have sold right here in a panic paper hand. Oh, and lost, even if it was like 10, 20 bucks, you know, just something, any sort of loss. Maybe it's way bigger than that because they went over. The market scoops that money up and just pockets it, you know, punishes you. You're paying people to basically beat you in a game. And so look right now, my ROI is 108%. Like if I was right here and I went all in, or if I had just doubled down right here, I'd already be up 108% or 113%. So you can scalp trade, but I tell you right now, it's sketchy as all hell. So oh, there's the flush. It might be coming down here to pick up that limit order. Yeah, they're trying to flush this now. And what I can do is I put this in here for backup, but what I could do is actually cancel that out. And then like the bears are like, oh, see, look. But what's smart about that is then if you want to play your liquidation point, like, because like I said, I don't have a lot of money in the game. Because I didn't want to lose a lot of money if it went bad. So you could play like the 25s, you know what I mean? I could move this like way down to here. Like way down. You see, that's why I did it like that. Like way down to here. Which is almost at the beginning of this whole entire move. So if I want to, I could put a big order like right here. And what'll happen is that you always want to have extra margin though, okay? So like you don't do that without having like twice, like I said, 3 times the amount, more than that, 5 times the amount, more the merrier, 10 times the amount. Because when it comes down here and flashes you to try to get you to buckle, right, you'll get a way better entrance. Your entrance price will be it'll average down quite a bit. And then if you still have a bunch of margin, then you don't have to worry about it like, oh, wicking like down all crazy and then right back up. Because they'll do that. Like these are leverage wicks. Anytime you see these like whoop-bams, they're just to wipe people out. They're to get you to kind of like, oh, like, that's why you can't trade with emotion. They're to get you to just panic. And that all came from this little twin tower shape. We watched this live, so hope you guys are learning some stuff here. It's an M pattern. I probably should say twin towers, but it's an M pattern. Any M pattern tends to fall. It's a natural cycle. It's just like, hey, boom. Oh, hey, boom. We didn't have enough. Had like some big money came in here and pushed us. Boom. We would have went up and then tried to come back down here and test the tops of these. So that's just what I've seen. I got the dog barking again out here. But like I said, zoom out. This is a pretty, like, to me, common sense trade, right? Because, I mean, how much lower can you get than this? And yeah, 0.001, that's not far from just going all the way down to 0 right here. It takes true conviction to make money. I've been a part of this project, the FOXY community, for since about September, October of last year. And you know what? The market has done nothing but bleed the entire time that I've been in this community. And I've watched this community hold together and just fight. And it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool to see. So when the people got down in here, so many people choked and left. But you know what? At the same time, we almost had like more people come because FOXY kept doing all these cool things. And so it was really unique to see the strength in the community. So obviously the lower time frames are more exciting to watch because there's more movement. Yeah. You know, so that's a pretty big move. Pretty big move that got people all the way up above the threes here. And then they choked and brought it back down. But look, boom, 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 boom. It got higher right there. This is an uptrend. So I had some it's not going to show it on the, maybe it'll show it on the 4 hour. Oh yeah, there's another good one. Here we go. When you pop that out, you can really get some justice here, right? You can see the golden cross launch. Oh, like it wanted to do it there, it didn't cross, and then boom, right here. A couple times. Oh man, I'm sorry about that dog. I may have to kill the stream if that dog doesn't shut up. Just making it worse. It's not my dog. My dog is pretty well mannered. Did our playlist start over? It might have. Should we try something else? Let's go to energizing. Yeah, see, it wants to come down. It's all natural. Yeah, it's interesting to look at. It makes you wonder what, is Bitcoin in the same thing? Yeah, it did. So that kind of shows you, that was interesting. It's hard to make heads or tails of it. Oh, that's a beautiful picture there. That makes me feel real bullish. Oh, guys, now that I'm seeing this, guys and girls, that's on the daily. Look, and I put this line here for earlier, right? So, what if we get like this, like I said, this heat check that comes in and takes out this, I think it's a vector candle, honestly. I could be wrong. And then this one. And like I said, that might put us in a cross point. It's hard to see that line because it's down there in all my other ones. That sure looks like a level out and a change of direction to me. That's not like this little or like, you know. Yeah, I don't know. That to me says, okay, we're down here, now what? Let's go back up. So let's just take the move here. I think, you know, like I've already done it, but it could be a 272% gain. Oh, that dog. Sorry, guys. The soundproof my shot better here. Let's see. So you can imagine if you're in a really big trade, like these numbers are bad, you know, and you see, dang it. There we go. I've been in big trades where this is like this turns into like hundreds of dollars real fast. So, and you can kind of get a gauge for it. Like if this thing doesn't really ever bleed and just kind of sits here, you know there's some support. And see, look, that's just a fake out. And I've done it to where like I'll see something like this and I'll buy a little bit more right here, you know? I'll buy a little bit more like right, let's see. And it's just like, oh, thinking, oh, okay, I'll get a little bit better of a deal. And then it goes, whoa, like comes way down. So the lesson I've learned, I mean, you want to pick and choose, but save some ammo, you know, save some of that dry powder for later, because if this goes bad and you want to stay in this trade, which I don't recommend doing very long. I mean, you can. There's people that have been in trades for crazy long time in a leverage trade. I mean, I just think it's crazy because every time this funding rate changes, you actually gain or lose money depending on if you're long or short. So if you know anything about that, that's how it works. The shorts pay the longs and the longs pay the shorts depending on who is up higher right here. You can see the trading go back and forth. 15 tiers of buy and sell orders to reference this. So, but it does change quick. You can't go, oh, everybody's short, and then you go short, this will go long on you real fast. So that's just kind of telling you where it is, but it's not a good gauge to go, oh, not really. So we saw these buys come in right here. Let's see if we can get some more buys stepping up. I think we're playing the same music again. Electronic, but yeah, I'm really liking this golden cross. Can you imagine? So what'll happen is, and this is on a daily, so when you see that on a daily, that's pretty big. You can kind of see the trend starting already. Oh, it did. It golden crossed on the 4 hour. Oh, that makes sense. So if you're unfamiliar with what these are, they're EMAs, exponential moving averages. So they give you kind of a good gauge as to the momentum and the change, you know, of, I would say, volume. So golden crosses are usually bullish sign, and a lot of times people play the death cross, which is kind of crazy. So like, but if you would have played the death cross here, you would have got pretty wrecked. You know what I mean? You would have been wrecked pretty hard all the way down to now. So this is almost like a legitimate golden cross that gets played kind of the old school way, I'm going to call it. The original way, instead of being front run. And that might be what, yeah, that's kind of what it is. It's being front run. You see it? So like this thing came out and leveled out. Smart money knows that, and what they're doing is they're going to front run this golden cross. So that means that they already feel it happening, and they're just going to get their big. Smart money comes in early, and they can take it if it goes back down to here, and then does this like giant like W, and then goes crap. You know what I mean? So that's why you got to have deep pockets. Way deeper than the little trade I'm showing you guys. So here we go again. Look, trying to come back out, fake some people out, trying to go back up again. And what I'll do is probably late tonight, I'll check on this trade. I mean, I keep tabs on it. You can set alerts. But what I'll do is I'll set it down to where, like, if I get into this territory like late tonight, I'll scoop up some more. I'll try to get like almost 1 million FOXY, which is really, you know, not a pretty small trade in comparison to some. So, but I like to do that because I like to be safe. I don't like to risk big amounts of money. I'm just not that confident, and I've lost good amounts of money thinking I was confident. So you could be a really good trader and get wiped out by just some bad news or some stupid politician that makes a dumb comment, and it'll jack your whole entire trade up. And what people need to remember about this is crypto's 24/7. A lot of times people will take money they've made in the stock market and they'll come around and throw it in and play after hours, you know, try to jack around and manipulate stuff. Sometimes volume's weak and people can make some pretty big moves based on just a low volume market. You know, they can wipe you out, fake you out kind of stuff. So you want to trade things that have high volume, like especially even like in a smaller platform like Wix or Weeks, however you want to call it. It's not a huge I mean, it's growing, but it's not like Bybit or, you know what I mean, like massive trading going on. So you're at the mercy of maybe some manipulation, in my opinion. And so that's something you always want to remember is the odds are against you. But what you could do is play the uptrend. You see them back to zero. You know, had this start going into like negative $50, negative $100. That's really what that is like an indicator, like, yeah, you should have got out of the trade or had a stop loss before that got that deep. And really what you could do is you could set stop losses like real tight or give it some slack, you know. But what happens is if you set them real tight, they just wick you out, and you just lose money, even a little bit at a time, you know. Or you put one way and then it wicks you out and takes it all. But I hope that helps. So there's many pros that can jump on here and show me how it's done. I do watch a lot of them. I follow a lot of people that do TA. And it's, like I said, it's not fortune telling. What it is it's basically giving you the best shot as to when to enter and exit a trade. And that's what you got to look at it like. It's like anything can change. It should have gone up and it went down. Like, yeah, I know, because something bad probably happened. Or somebody said something stupid, you know. And that's how it works, because like I said, this is after hours. People are crypto market 24/7. So we'll see what happens to this trade, and what I'll do is if it goes up big, I'll come back in and stream what happened. And if it starts going too negative, obviously I'll just cut it short and try not to lose everything I have in here. Obviously I don't have that much, and I like it that way. Because you can make small amounts of money and then just take it out. You know what I mean? Why risk big chunks unless you're a professional trader? Don't do it. Don't be greedy. Just small amounts, guys and gals and guys. So look for this to hit. We'll see if I can get it to do it in my dreams tonight while I'm sleeping. So I think what I'll do now is probably switch to some gaming. I got a game that I've been playing that I've been streaming every day, and actually just trying to do the daily missions and upgrade. So look for more content like this. Really support FOXY. It's a great community. If you guys come in, join us, you know. Let's see if we could go FOXY. Oh, it's been looking so good lately. Look at this. Welcome to the world of FOXY. So I hope you guys can get in. Somebody was telling me that this Discord link was down, but that happens all the time. Discord constantly makes you refresh their links as like a safety precaution, so I get it. Easy enough to come in here. Telegram too, and we're in there all the time. Like, I'd be in there right now if I wasn't doing this. So I wanted to make this video and kind of just celebrate. You know, I was hoping to catch like a big super wick on camera and get it for you guys, and then you guys could see me hop around like a fool. But I probably have to stream for like 24 hours straight to catch it, and I'm just not capable of that. But in my opinion, the whole momentum spike with Bitcoin just today, that's going to trickle down into these alts. So as people take profits and whatnot, look for them to get a little degenerate and start having some more fun instead of playing with boring old Bitcoin and get in here. So hope you guys enjoyed the stream. Thanks to the followers on Twitch for jumping in, saying hi. And shout out to everybody on Abstract, gaining some followers there pretty quickly. So that's been a really great. Abstract's a great platform. So YouTube, love you, YouTube. Slowly but surely we're going to grow and highlight cool projects, a lot of gaming, but we'll keep tabs on FOXY and see how it handles. So let's see if we can get back above that 3 zone and stay there. I'm tired of seeing these 2s. So once again, I appreciate you all for watching this, and if you check it out later, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe, and follow me on my journey and see how far I can take it. So wish you all the best, and let's have a really good weekend coming up. We'll catch you later.